the show by Lauderdale, Jones, Scott, and Smith, Winston, Leak, you better act right. Don't drive slow and be wild at night. 'Cause you need to know that if you do, that Scotty Ray is watching you. He's everywhere, he's everywhere. That man is faster than a scalded cat. If you do something dumb, then you better run with haste. Scotty Ray's at a wreck before it ever takes place.
And good morning. How are you doing today? We hope everyone is fine as we get ready. It is Thursday and a little chilly out there. 48 right now with a wind chill of 43 degrees. 58 is the best we're going to get.
Yeah, but it's going to be warmer than it is tonight or in the morning when you wake up at 33 degrees. Is that the new
31
now? 31. Ooh, below freezing again. Yeah.
And we do have a freeze. Let me show you here what's happening with radar as we look at this morning. They do have a freeze warning that we put out for tonight, which means in Flowers and all that. See this blue area? Let's pull up radar. Anywhere in this blue area is going to be a freeze warning for tonight until 8 a.m. in the morning. So heed to that. As you get over into Bama, some of this is going to be a frost advisory. But the Meridian area, Clark County, look at this. Newton, Philadelphia, all the way up Winston up to West Point is under this. So just something to keep in mind there, because flowers are usually, there's a lot of work goes into them, whether it's cash or out there with that
both. Blood, sweat, tears, and cash. And especially when you're just putting them in the ground, they're pretty weak.
You know, I'm not one that believes in those because you have to mow around them. But since I don't mow the grass, I'm okay.
You don't care, do you?
No, she can do what she wants. And people often laugh about that, but it's like that's her obsession in life.
Well,
every neighbor that we've got laughs about the grass getting a quarter-inch tall, and here she comes.
Well, Amy said, I want a flower bed. And I said, you can build anything you want to work in. I'll build it, you work in it.
Yeah,
I don't like de-weed. They look good. But if I had my way, I'd concrete it, paint it green, get some of those big straws or some pipes, put down in there, and buy me some fake flowers.
Well, there you go. You wouldn't have to fool with it.
Wouldn't have to do nothing.
But there are truly people that have a green thumb. I ain't one of them. There's truly people that know how to cook. I ain't one of them either.
I can cook.
Man, what's your hidden talent that you've got? It's what you need to be doing in life.
Everybody's got one.
They do.
Yeah. Yep. Everybody's got a talent. Everybody's got a God-given talent, too.
It is. And this lady here, you're talking about God-given talents, this lady, Dolly. Wow. I was reading up on Dolly, and as we all know, Dolly lost her husband, 3 weeks?
Yeah, 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, and of course, Carl Dean was his name, and he was the guy that nobody knew what he really looked like. As we go back, here's Daily Mail's got the picture. This is him from 1963, I think, right after they got married. What I didn't know was the day after she moved to Nashville, guess where she bumped into him at?
On the road.
No. Think about this. Now, Dolly's in a new town. She doesn't know where she's at, and she finds her husband in the most obscure place.
Where's that?
The laundromat.
Well, I get back then, that was a meeting spot, wasn't it?
It was. And she said he went to one, and as we've all heard the story before, he went to one award show, said, I'll never, ever go again.
Do you know what he did for a living?
Paved construction, wasn't he?
He owned a paving crew, and he got out there and shoveled asphalt with the rest of his crew. And I found that out. I was watching something that came on about him yesterday, and I thought that was pretty interesting. He said, I've got a business to run. I'm going to work. Yeah. My wife has it where I don't ever have to work, but
he wouldn't have to done anything.
I work. And
the interesting thing that she said about him that she misses, and you have to take, Dolly was like the richest female in the business and entrepreneur.
She was blessed, all right.
Dollywood. And
well, I mean, it is Thursday morning.
I don't even know what to say to that, Dolly. Dolly.
Oh, man.
But he would go, and she said she never took it as criticism, and you probably, a good chance, stood next to Carl Dean, didn't know it. She said that he would go to Dollywood a lot, buy tickets, walk around, and he'd come back home and go, look, you got to go fix this. I stood in line over here for X amount of time, and it don't work right for everybody. And she said she took that as constructive and not as being ugly. She said it helped her run her business, and he'd just blend in. Nobody. She said even the workers didn't know who he was. Most of them.
Well, what was that? What do they call them? Secret shoppers.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, where look, hey, I need you to go in my restaurant and buy a meal 2 times a day for a month, and come back and tell me everything. Well, the good, the bad, the ugly.
Apparently, that went on at Nick and Al's, and he shut the place down. He didn't like what the secret shopper
It's the only place that's got a secret shopper. But if you're looking for a secret shopper, I'll do it for you.
I can see Odie doing that.
Oh, man.
If you're having trouble with your business, he'll also give out consulting fees. You know, he's real good at that. Fire him.
Exactly.
He's turned into Little Donald.
You got a key to the front door? Yeah, lock it.
I haven't heard this, and I should have listened to it this morning, but Trisha Yearwood, and she married Garth after I think they might have had a fling or something going on there. Sandy, you remember her?
Yeah.
Real weird there is Sandy stayed on the property and over there so they could have the kids together, and real weird.
I mean, I like the aspect he said that his kids will never see a day where the both of them don't have something in their lives.
Until she ran off with the gardener that day. He got kidnapped. Beep, beep. Having an affair with him. That was real weird. Real weird. But as we get deeper into this, they did a tribute, and we'll brag on Carrie Underwood in a minute, but they did a tribute to George at the Grand Ole Opry. Trisha sang, and he did, and I said, I'll love you till I die. And they were eating Garth alive, saying that it was the most horrible rendition that they've ever heard. I have not heard it yet, so I can't comment. But Garth's got his problems there with the new accusations of the lawsuit of sexual misconduct. Did Garth do it? He says he didn't. The girl says she's got evidence, and I'm going to show all the texts, is what she said.
Well, Tootsie Roll messed up Brooks and Dunn song.
What song was it?
Oh, well, the man died.
I Believe.
I Believe, because one of my favorite songs.
Oh, man.
I love it. And Tootsie Roll ruined that. Or not Tootsie Roll. What's his name? Jelly Roll.
Tattoo Roll is what I like to refer to him as.
Your country.
And I don't want anybody to take this wrong. The guy is talented, but he ain't country.
He's talented, and he's got. Look.
But again, don't tell me that the color is purple when I'm looking at it and it's blue.
And again, I will say,
you can have talents, but you just sometimes aren't what you say you are.
Like that was a God-given talent. He can sing. He can't sing "I Believe." And God saved him, and God rescued him, and hey, man, I'm proud of you and everything.
But you would have to wake up like 3 Sundays early to try to beat Ronnie Dunn with his voice. I'm telling you, that boy was blessed. Almost a preacher, and the Lord told him he needed to go sing country music and hang out in bars. You save people that way too. Don't anybody ever think that you don't.
Well, I mean, that's where Jesus would go to a bar to talk to the ones who needed to talk to.
He hangs out with those sinners, that's for sure. We'll be right back as we'll get into some politics. Anybody up for politics this morning?
Hey, it's Thursday. Why not? We got double flavors coming at you today. We've got 2 different wards to be here. So y'all stay tuned. We'll be right back.
American Portable Buildings not only has buildings, but they also have trailers. They're budget-friendly, 0 down, no credit check. Come take advantage of these savings today. Take a look at all they have to offer. If it's a trailer you need, they have them from 12-foot to 16-foot to 18-foot, even car haulers. If you're tired of having to borrow a trailer every time you need one, see them today. Call 601-693-6200 or drop by for a visit at 4838 Old Homestead Road in Meridian.
Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs, your local pharmacy and gift shop, thanks you for your continued support. Whether you shop with us in-store, through our app, over the phone, or in our drive-thru, our team will provide the best personalized customer service experience you expect from your local pharmacy. When you call or message us, you are promptly greeted by the Mr. Discount team that's ready to help. When you choose our pharmacy, you're choosing a locally owned pharmacy that cares about you and your community. Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs makes a difference.
Are home problems turning your life upside down? Trust Heblon Heating and Air Conditioning to save the day. We can keep you comfortable with special savings for your home, like up to $3,000 off new HVAC systems or a tune-up for just $69. Keep the power on with a generator. Get $200 off installs and 0% financing for 60 months. We do it all at Heblon Heating and Air Conditioning and offer financing options for any repair or installation. Call for a free quote or visit us online at HeblonHeatingandCooling.com.
H&H Residential of Meridian is your #1 carpet and flooring store. If you've been thinking of a new look for your home or office, call for a free estimate or consultation. H&H can install or you can do it yourself. H&H has all of your design needs from color, style, and texture. If you can dream it, H&H can make it a reality. Come see the large selection of hardwood flooring, laminate, vinyl, and even carpet. H&H Residential of Meridian, open Monday through Friday, 9 to 4, 321 Hawkins Crossing Road. Call Rosemary anytime, 601-462-9541.
Welcome back. As well, Mary Lynn's right. Jelly Roll does save lives as well. There, he's saving people with his music.
He does, and I'm not taking anything away from him. I just I don't think he's country, and I don't think he did any justice to I Believe.
I agree with that there. Ella, you were telling us you got to see the version that Carrie Underwood done of Randy Travis, where she got him to sing. Was it good?
It's very good. I would suggest if you didn't watch it, go to Peacock and you can watch the whole show. But very, very good stuff.
She is just a classy girl. That's the best thing I can say about it.
She was 21 when they found her on American Idol on a farm in Oklahoma.
Yeah. I mean, what are the odds? And as we were sitting here talking behind the scenes of that, and I do believe this, probably the most talented person in the entire world has never been heard by the world. They're somewhere washing dishes this morning, singing to themselves, cooking or whatever it is, and they can outdo anybody that's out there most likely. I bet that exists. All right, you're getting ready to run for an office there that hasn't been really open, 40 years?
Yeah, the great Dr. Thomas has had the seat for the last 40 years, and he finally decided to retire, so that opens up, a seat that's been occupied for the last 40 years, so it's big shoes to fill for sure.
Now, on the Democrat side, during the runoff, Tyrone Johnson is up, Cassandra Emerson, and then you will face Elliot Brewer in the upcoming election that's going to happen the first
April Fool's Day.
April Fool's Day. So, are you geared up? You've been knocking on a bunch of doors. What you been doing?
Just getting out, knocking on doors, meeting people. It's really been a blessing, Scotty Ray. Win, lose, or draw. Man, I've met some very interesting people in Meridian, and it's been very blessed to get out and meet these people.
So give us an example of here with all these choices. Why choose you? What separates you from the other folks that are running? Why should we gravitate towards you? How are you going to lead us?
It's not necessarily about me. It's about the people, listening to the people, because you're a servant to other people. I can tell you a little bit about my background. I've been a servant, and I've been in Meridian for the last 30 years. Mentor a lot of kids. I've been on the Phil Hardin Baseball Foundation, vice president, with Larry Gills, the president. Working in the community. You may know my father-in-law is Larry Dudley. He helped Don's Realty. He's a big part of Meridian. Back when nobody wanted to revitalize downtown, he stepped in with about 50 other people at Save Weidman's and brought them all. And I've been following, as my father-in-law, so I've been around him for a long time, and I always had a passion for Meridian. And when people come and ask you to run, and you're like, you want me to run, and you kind of think about it, you just can't turn them down to serve the community. Is the way I look at it, Scotty Ray.
What is something that you look at and say, okay, Meridian, if I'm elected, this is what I want to see changed. This is what I want to see done in Meridian to better Meridian. What is your plan that you would like to push forward for Meridian?
And as you know, as a city council, our main things is balancing the budget and voting on department heads. But a thing that I think we need to do is come together as a team. I don't think Meridian has had a team that has gotten along and gotten stuff done over the last 20 years or 30 years. We got to work together to get stuff done. What's good for Ward 2, Ward 3, it's good for Meridian. If it's good for Meridian, I think we should do it. A lot of times you hear, if it's not good for my ward, I don't want to do it. And I think that mindset needs to change, because it's just whatever's good for Meridian, because we're all in the same boat rowing together. We need to be rowing together, not separate. One big thing, I think we need leadership in the police department. We need to find a good and nothing, like I said, nothing against anybody there, but y'all, you know the statistics, you know what everybody talks about, that's crime. So we need to find a good police chief, whoever the mayor is elected. We need to find a good police chief, start the training, have leadership. I think the police chief needs to meet with the community once a month and kind of update. Get Scotty Ray and update, because if the community is updated about what's going on in the area, I think they feel safer. So if we have gang violence in a certain or you have robberies in certain areas, you come out and you say, hey, this area right now, last couple of weeks has had this, and this. Be careful. Or you come out and say, hey, this part of the town has been nothing in the last month or last 6 months. That keeps the community updated, right? So I think everybody that lives in Lauderdale County, which they want to have good jobs and they want to be safe. Mm-hmm. I think we can agree that. I think we need to, the cameras. You hear a lot about the cameras. Were they up? Do they work? Regardless of whatever, I think we need to get the camera system back up, get them going. I think we need to implement more neighborhood watches. If I'm lucky to get elected, I want to continue to go knock on doors when I'm elected and see what's going on in the community. Because if you never, and I know y'all are around the community a lot, so you see it too. If you get in office and you're never around the community, you're kind of out of touch, in my opinion.
The interesting thing you said about those cameras, and I'll say this. I
hope that answered your question.
It did, yes, it did.
I sat in Chris Reed's office, who was the police chief, and I looked at the cameras. They were working. I could see people moving on the cameras, and miraculously, as soon as the election hit, they didn't work anymore.
Right.
Now I'm scratching my head trying to figure out what happened.
I'll tell you. I was knocking on doors yesterday, and a couple of retired guys that lived, our neighbors that live beside each other, and they, I thought it was a good idea. They said, "Hey, look, if they're having trouble with people watching the cameras, I guarantee you there's enough retired people in the community that you could vet, and they would love to watch the cameras for free, to volunteer." You just got to think outside the box. I think a lot of times you get people that's been in. I tell people I'm not a politician. I'm 50. I've never ran for politics. Never even thought about it. I've kept up with the community, and I've done my my community service through mentoring kids and that stuff. But if I'm elected, I come in there, I want to get stuff done. I don't want to argue. I don't want to. We got to work together to get stuff done. If I'm there 4 years or 8 years, or we got to. This is the opportunity for Meridian to get a lot of stuff done, working together. And if we don't work together, we're going to look back 12 years, 20 years, and we'll be like, man, we had an opportunity and we blew it. So there's a lot of good ideas out there from the community.
Does this say something when you look at this election coming up, where typically you'll have one or two wards that's got a couple of people wanting to run for that office, and if you look, all 5 wards have a lot of people. There's a lot of different thoughts coming together. Does that make you think that the people as a whole are looking for a different council as a whole? Or
I think so, absolutely, because like I told you earlier, I wasn't sitting at home on September the 15th and Dr. Thomas is going to retire. I think I want to run for city council. You get people that are leaders in the community already that come to you and vet people and say, I think you can do a really good job. I like how I vetted you. I know your career. I want you to run. I think that's people vet these candidates, and they tell them, you have an absolutely shot to win, and we would love for you to run. And then, like you said, the community is wanting change. But with that being said, also, if you look historically over the last 20, 30 years, if you pull up the voting numbers, Meridian does not vote. And it's very sad. So last general election, I'm sure y'all know, how many people voted in the general election last 4 years ago?
It was not much.
5,400 people voted.
Yeah.
In my ward, in Ward 1, only 1,800. Wow. In Ward 2, I think it was 614.
Didn't even get to 30% of the vote that went and voiced their choice.
And so as you know, dealing with social media, you hear a lot of people, you see it all the time. They won't change, and they have the negative comments. I challenge those people: get out and vote, or come to the, get out and meet people in the community, meet your neighbors. There's a lot of, I ask this question a lot. So I meet I knock on the door, we hit it off, we talk 20, 30 minutes. I was like, well, tell me about your neighborhood. Well, I really don't, so-and-so, I know my cross the street neighbor, but I don't really know anybody else. I think, think about growing up, you knew everybody on your street.
Our parents knew every parent out there, and then all the kids knew everybody. You had to go knock on the door if you wanted to see somebody was home.
Right. That's not. I promise you. Just in the last 3 months, I've knocked on a lot of doors, and they do not know their neighbors. They're just I call it tunnel vision. They get up, they raise their family, they go to work, they come home, they eat, and they stay in that tunnel, which is fine.
Kids play inside. Not my grandson. He's going to play inside.
Right. And I just challenge people, if you want change, real change, get out, vote.
All right, Elton, as we wrap this up, for those who are tuning in going, all right, I see this guy, but I don't know who he is. Tell everybody who you are, when the election is, and again, recap why you think they should vote for you, because we want to make sure they know who you are.
Just a little bit. So I went to Southeast, grew up in the Southeast area, graduated from there right quick. I played baseball at Scuba, East Mississippi Community College, transferred to State, didn't play baseball, but graduated from State. Met my wife, Leah Dudley Reed, which is Larry Dudley's daughter. We got married in 2000, April Fool's 2000, actually 25 years. Wow. So and we were together about the last 30 years. We moved back to Meridian around 90, 98, 99, and I've been in Meridian ever since in the community. I voted in city elections. Almost every city election I voted in. Kept up with the community mentorship. We have 3 kids. Sarah Dudley's in Mississippi State. Sullivan Reed is a 10th grader at Lamar, and my Sadie is a 8th grader at Lamar. And backtrack, we've been through the city school, so all my kids went to Poplar Springs. Sullivan actually went all the way to Northwest, graduated Northwest. COVID hit, and just didn't learn a lot during COVID. Nothing against anybody, but I had to hold him back, and the only way to hold him back was transfer, and that's when we transferred him to Lamar, held him back. And he had some health issues, so that's been a blessing. But election day is April 1st. If you want a candidate that's going to think outside the box, get stuff done, meet with the community, listen to the community, I'm your guy. I'm ready to get some stuff done for Meridian. We got a lot of opportunities with the data center coming in. We've got to get better leadership, just all the way around. The community, got great leaders already, business owners. We just got to continue that trend. And I hope that answered in a quick summary.
This is Elton Reed.
Elton Reed. Vote April 1st for Elton Reed.
April 1st.
In Ward 1 for Ward 1. And get out and vote. I can't stress enough. If you want change, don't look up, and we pull the numbers again in the primary, because primaries are usually not like a general, and there's 2,000 people that voted.
It's not hard to go vote.
No.
Go vote.
And Scotty Ray, what's that weather report again on April? I heard you said no rain.
20% chance. So, I think it's going to be 80 degrees that day. So
you can wear your flip-flops, your shorts, no umbrella. Get out and vote. Get your sticker, your pen. And post it on social media. Let Scotty Ray know you voted.
Yeah,
there you go.
And, you don't have to say who. Just say.
Yeah, don't. I'm not telling you who to vote. Yeah, just
go vote.
Just if you want change, you got to get out and vote.
That's right.
Again, Elton Reed joining us. I want to thank you for dropping by.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for having me.
More coming up as we go along. We're going to go to Ward 3 here in just a little bit, as this morning is well underway. We'll be right back.
For something as vital as your eyes, you should have your lenses and contacts made with the utmost care and precision. And that's what Grayson Optical does on 24th Avenue. Since 1996, Grayson Optical's mission has been to provide Meridian and surrounding areas with quality eye care products. That's why we're locally owned and operated. And don't forget, custom-made sunglasses like Costa for your eyes only. When you need to see clearly, Grayson Optical. 2021 24th Avenue, Meridian. 601-693-6374.
Hi, folks. Paul Brown with Dixie Buildings. We're here to take care of all your building needs for your personal and your business needs. That includes portable buildings, carports, sheds. Don't forget your hunting camps are coming in. You can start out with our 8x10s. If we cannot haul it, we can build it for you on site. We have 2 locations, one on Highway 19 South and our home office just around the corner on Long Creek Road. Just give us a call at 601-483-4943.
Advanced Auto Glass by Joey can handle all your windshield repair and replacement needs. Service work is guaranteed and covered by warranty. Our technicians are professional, auto glass trained, and have over 100 years of combined experience. Advanced Auto Glass by Joey utilizes in-house calibrations for vehicle safety systems. Most insurances are accepted, and reliable mobile service is available in surrounding areas. Keep cars cool and secure with custom tinting, side mirror replacement, and AquaPal windshield wipers. There's one clear choice in auto glass repair. Advanced Auto Glass by Joey.
Welcome back. I'm Fred Scotty Ray.
Here we are.
Odie, and if you were driving down the road singing an Earl Thomas Conley song yesterday, Fire and Smoke, well, you're right. That was the Meridian Fire Department in that big red truck coming.
Here we come to save the day.
Rattled my windows, and this is where they were going, right on up to Jack's. And no, it wasn't an overcooked hamburger. It was, well, a Mercedes that just didn't quite work out.
It was overcooked, all right.
Yes, sir. As we look at this, look at those pictures. Now, I got video of this also, but that's across the street looking at Jack's there of just how inflamed that was. Now, let me look here. I had a young lady before I got there. Yeah, she was pulling in. Let me show this up. She was pulling in, and here it goes. Look at that car.
Wow. Another one of your 40,000 reporters.
She was on it, let me tell you.
Yes.
And I want to say, let me move here, Odie. And this is the one, the after effect, the Meridian Fire Department, after they got it out.
I don't think Washington's going to help.
They were trying to buff it out. Yeah. That's that new chrome polish that they've got.
Man, I tell you.
And I don't know what it is, but let me tell you, a car fire has a distinctive stench that you just don't forget anytime soon.
Yeah.
They come hauled it away, but it was just one of those things. And she had no clue. She got out. She was standing at the counter, and somebody ran in and told her car was on fire.
Wow!
And the interesting thing was, I've got another video of there were cars parked beside it, and everybody was doing the hustle to get out there to get their car moved.
I bet they were.
And I didn't think a couple of them was going to make it out, but they did get out in time there. And wow,
man, that's tough. Good job with the Meridian Fire Department.
Them boys can drive them trucks, let me tell you.
Carol said that was her son, Gareth, that was
putting out the fire.
That's good. And Mark, we want to say good morning to you. Mark Ingram's with us every single day. Always has some great words to say. And I saw you post on there, my friend, prayers for getting your ticker checked out, and I hope everything works out great today. We're gonna say a prayer that the Lord's with you during that. So
always good to get them tickers checked.
Yes, it is. You know all about getting them tickers checked.
Oh yes, sir, Bob. And then if you get your ticker worked on, you can get to see Greg's wife over there. She's getting people out of there.
I'm glad you said. I've got to go down there and sign some papers for Mama today. Mama got to get her ticker checked out.
Oh.
Yeah. You know, she had that scare a couple of weeks ago.
She sure did.
And, well, it didn't scare her as bad as it did me and Charlene.
But, this was brought up, and you've heard this all your life. Go to the doctor's office and you're there for hours. And in most cases you are, except at the
Cardiovascular Institute of the South. It should say the Cardiovascular Institute of Speed.
It is like NASCAR. You sit down, they call your name, you go back there, they go zip, 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 check you out, and go bye. We'll see you in 6 months. That truly is. I cannot tell you that if they tell you your appointment's at 3 o'clock, you're in there at 3 o'clock, if not at 2:59. No. It is very few doctors who get that, and they still walk you out and go, thank you.
And are there with you the whole time. And Greg, he's always saying, Shay Haley, Dr. Haley, saved his life, and he's your ticker inspector, isn't he?
He inspects me and goats. He does a lot of work on
Well, and he chases me most of the time.
If you've ever been driving along on 494 and see these goats and you go, where'd they come from? Dr. Haley.
Dr. Haley's
They done ate through the fence again.
Yeah, or either somebody wrecked and tore his fence down. He said, Odie, I just put that fence up.
That did happen that night, didn't it?
Oh, yeah, it happened back to back.
But very, very nice people. It is very few places where you sit down with a doctor and the doc says, walk right in. So I just thought we'd brag on that. Hey, if you're getting up ready to head down Causeyville Road, let's remind you, Rump Road, they're doing road work.
Yes, take an alternate route this morning. It should be opened up by this afternoon at 2 o'clock, but they've got some work that's got to be done, and it is an emergency repair, so they didn't have a whole lot of time to put this out, but they will be out and about there getting that repaired. So if that's your area and your route to work, find an alternate route this morning, but you should be fine on the way home.
Yes, yeah, it should all be fixed there.
Yeah.
Let's see here, Doctor. Oh, they're saying he was up from Kemper and Noxubee.
Good guy.
Noxubee County has a lot of rich history if you've never been through Noxubee County before. Used to go up there a little bit on my milk route when I was a milkman.
Yep. Look at there. Best says
not doing that.
CIS is the best.
There you go. Oh, what a slogan.
Yeah. They're going to talk to them about a little advertising.
Write that down.
Yeah, CIS is the best.
Let's go. Coming up, we're going back in history. What happened on this day? Anything concern you? We'll go over that in just a second. Plus, still city council.
Yes, so we got Ward 3 coming in the house today. So stay tuned.
When it comes to enhancing your outdoor experience, you need a companion that can keep up. The Kubota RTV 850 Sidekick at Parrish is your ultimate utility vehicle for every adventure. From the deer camp to trail riding or just working around on the farm, the Sidekick delivers powerful performance and versatility. These units start at $15,499 cash and have a $2,000 rebate. Financing is available as low as $285 a month.
We welcome you to a new vehicle buying experience here at Doc's Toyota. Buying a new vehicle doesn't have to be stressful, but don't just take our word for it.
This was the best experience I've ever had buying a vehicle.
Doc's employees are top-notch.
I drove 2 hours, not once, but twice, to purchase 2 vehicles with a 5-month time frame.
Doc's delivers competitive pricing, a comprehensive selection, and flexible financing options, helping you get on the road from Carthage, Meridian, and beyond. There's a reason why there's no deal like a Doc's deal.
The Precast Group, offering you the best selection when it comes to a storm shelter. Located on 145 South in Meridian, where they offer above-ground shelters that can be installed in your home as you're built in, or conveniently located right outside your home if it's already built. They also offer storm shelters that can be installed in a slight bank or on flat ground. Protect your family today with a very affordable storm shelter from the Precast Group. Highway 145 South, 601-482-0003. The Precast Group.
Welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray along with Odie. It is Thursday morning and still chilly outside, 48. Wind chill 43-ish, 44 around there as we wait for a high of about 58 today. So it's not going to be a short sleeve day. Carry your jacket. You'll need it at some point. That wind's going to be howling.
Need that
howling. 30-mile-an-hour gust. And what does that mean we can't do?
You cannot burn. Do not burn today. The wind is going to carry those ambers. It's going to push that through some grass. It will not take long to spread. So please, if you got to burn, hold off a couple more days. Wait till the wind dies down. Wait till a little bit of mist in the air and some rain, and then get your fire going.
Look, I hate to break this news to Meridian, but Chuck Roberts is whooped. Somebody needed to say it. He couldn't even hardly eat for trying to call his girlfriend while we're eating. Honey, I miss you. I mean, it's bad.
Chuck.
We feel for him. I mean, it's bad.
Well, I mean, you know, at least he's got one. RW, he doesn't know what one girlfriend is, you know.
Boy, and we were talking to the judge last night. Judge Thompson's still walking, got no way to go. Transmission's out his truck.
Is he okay? I mean, after the other night, and we had a loss of the Red Hot. Is he okay?
He's been suffering over that. He loves to eat them hot dogs. It is a long walk. He loves them hot dogs. I showed him a new Ford truck, what it would look like yesterday. He didn't seem to appreciate that. Acted like he wanted his old truck back.
Well, it's the only one that you could recognize in the parking spot, and just parked at the curb.
Yeah, just kind of park it wherever you want to, Judge.
Ruben, I was there yesterday, and no, they're not going to stay open. I asked because they remodeled the inside. And I said, well, since y'all are doing that, so y'all going to stay open? And Mia said, no, they're not.
Okay, that is one of the restaurants closing in Meridian.
Yeah, so we did go by there, and I wish you'd all would have come up and talked to me.
I don't know what $14,000 is valued at today from 1868, but I bet it's a lot of money.
Well, we can ask Dr. Google.
What's Dr. Google? I want to know this before I tell this.
$14,000.
Yeah, translate to 2025.
$14,000 value from when?
1868.
1868.
Y'all like the way he repeats things.
Yeah. Well, it would be about $338,967.78.
Wow.
Well, he rode his horse into town, and that's what he took. And who am I talking about? Well, they tried to take his house, insulted his mom, and slapped her around, and, well, he got mad, and he come after him. He would go rob their bank today to get back at him as Jesse James rode into town. He robbed him a bank there in Russellville, Kentucky. America's number one first bad boy, as they made him mad.
Yeah.
He set the record straight, I think, at the end there. One of the all-time favorites that kids love was born on today in 1928. And, of course, we've told the story many times of the man that he was behind the little sweater.
Yeah. Somebody you didn't want to meet in the dark alley.
Everybody was kung fu fighting.
Yeah.
He's one of those that whoop you. You wouldn't think it there. There's little meek and mild old men watching because Mr. Rogers was born today. And if you know his military background, well, you'll know that he's tough.
You know, somebody put on there and says, you really don't want to mess with the 50, 60, and 70-year-old people. These are the ones that the parents kicked them out of the house at 6 a.m. and told them, do not come back until the street lights come on. And we had to drink water out of a water hose, and we played in the woods all day long.
But I have to be honest, I think I actually liked Eddie Murphy better as Mr. Rogers than Mr. Rogers. Hello, boys and girls. I don't care who you are. Eddie Murphy was funny
Eddie
at that,
Murphy
y'all.
was funny, yeah.
And I will never forget that night I was watching Saturday Night Live, and he took that gold necklace and he put up around it. He goes, if you're walking through Harlem and somebody pulls a gun on you, you go, achoo! And he said, put your necklace. He said, they ain't gonna mess with you. He was funny, a very, very funny man.
Somebody stole your battery.
Let's go get him. Careful. It was 1930 as we go to the hills of Kentucky.
Wow.
This guy was born. He was a failure, and I mean this. He was a failure at everything that he tried, some say. Or is it just a method of
it's like
something?
It's like the light bulb. Old Edison said, look, I didn't fail however many, 500-something times.
Right.
He found 500-something ways not to make a light bulb.
This guy would be 65 years old before he figured out what he was really good at in life. So there's still hope for Greg.
There's still hope for Greg.
Kentucky Fried Chicken. The Colonel. He was something else.
I don't think Mr. Rogers, Captain Kangaroo, and Merv Griffin served together. I don't know about Merv, but now Captain Kangaroo came out and said, look, I was not the person that people have portrayed me to be. I was not at Normandy on the front line out there in the front. That wasn't me. Yes.
But his mama sure did take a bowl and set on his head and comb his hair and cut it like that.
And that was forever.
You watch Mr. Green Jeans, didn't you, as a kid?
Absolutely not.
Oh, come on now.
Who's that?
Mr. Green.
Captain Kangaroo. You didn't watch Captain Kangaroo?
No.
Oh, man. We're going to have to show you here in a little bit. Yeah. It would be 1931 that Hal was born. He would later become a detective on TV. A lot of you would like him. Anybody remember Barney Miller? It was pretty bad.
I'd rather eat a bowl full of soup with a fork before I watched that.
It really was bland, where others had a little action. You know, you were watching Rockford Files, and he was running around in the Mustang. Yeah. I mean, in the Camaro, and then you had this.
Mr.
It was real dingy in there. It looked like it needed a bath. They needed to wash something. I'll tell you something that was pretty.
Yeah, that was pretty. I think I had one of those hanging on.
A 1963 model is what they call this. Kathy Ireland, born today. She pretty.
Yes, she is.
What is she doing now?
Doesn't have to do anything.
Did she do the Coca-Cola commercial or the Pepsi? The Pepsi commercial?
No, I'm the one that does the Coca-Cola commercial.
Right, but did she do Pepsi?
I don't know.
It was one of those models back in the day that they'd done the same picture 30 years later in front of the Pepsi machine. I think it may have been her.
I don't know, may have been.
Maybe. This woman was high her entire life. I could say it any other way, but she was higher than a Georgia pine most every time you saw her.
She had a rough voice, but she made it her own.
Well, she would take that old song that we all know called Me and Bobby McGee and run with it and make a huge hit out of it. And it happened today back in 71. Janis Joplin. She done it differently than Chris Christopherson.
All right, Cindy Crawford.
Okay.
Carl said that's the one that did that.
That's right.
And Bob said he thinks that was Charles Bronson's daughter.
Really? Well, I like me some Death Wish, Charles Bronson. Do you know? Did you ever watch? Let's just go to our special guest. Do you know who Charles Bronson is? Death Wish.
No.
We're gonna educate you. You just hang around with
The
us.
start of car chases on TV.
Man, he was good
in the movies, not
right. But seriously, if you're watching us and we bring up Death Wish, you know what we're talking about. It was a guy that comes home. His wife was murdered, and his daughter was hurt, and he's a businessman. And then that makes him go out at night and get bad guys after that. And you live through him. Get him. Even the police wanted him to get him.
He can do more than we can.
He got caught there at the very end, and the guy let him go.
Yeah.
It was good.
You've helped us out.
There we go. This was like major when it comes to country music. This would really change the outlook of the way the nation looked at country music. A guy would write it, and it would finally end up on Waylon's bus, and he would invite Willie over, and they would sing it together. And well, the rest is history. Is mamas, don't let your babies
grow up to be cowboys.
Don't drive them old pickup trucks.
Yeah.
Make them be doctors or lawyers or something. Good stuff there. This girl, I don't know that she ever done anything else. Joan Jett. Any of y'all remember her? Rock and roll. Put another dime in the jukebox.
Baby. Yeah.
Y'all remember that? 1982.
I remember that song. I do.
Wow. That's been, I can't even add that much. But 1982, if y'all remember that, Jonah Jett. And she may have done something else. But
43 years or so?
Yeah, who cares?
Yeah. It sticks with you, doesn't it? And I want to say...
rock and roll.
You see, you got it.
Yeah,
Sheriff, Citizen Solly, as they called him now.
What's Citizen Solly doing?
I think he's a big John Jett fan.
Is he?
Yeah.
I know he was into heavy metal and stuff like that. And I said, calm down, Sheriff. Oh, my all-time
Here it is.
favorite.
Take a moment.
Out of every Mississippian that ever left here that was dirt poor and made something of themselves, and I remember bumping into him a time or two. What a gentleman, what a scholar. I can't brag on him enough. But it was a little thing called Mountain of Love today that went to the #1 slot. 1982, as we remember the great Charlie Pride.
Man.
Now, tell me you know Charlie Pride over
I
there.
absolutely know who Charlie Pride is. But
Charlie
I do not
Pride
know
was...
what that song is about.
The Mountain of Love.
No,
Mountain
never
of
heard
Love.
that one.
He, I'm telling you, he was just such a gentle soul. I liked him so much there.
He was.
Now, this was one of the saddest moments of any celebrity. I don't care who you are. This episode here will change who you are. Some people recover from this. Some people can't. They can't go on. But can you imagine being in a skyscraper, your young child with you, and the child falling out the window? That would happen in 1991
53
today.
stories high.
As we go back to remember what happened to Eric Clapton on this day. Oh,
yeah.
And you know how I am scared about buildings, but that's just such a sad day. And of course, he wrote that song. What was it? Tears of Heaven in memory of his child.
Man.
This possibly could be the greatest, maybe the top 5, we'll say, movie of all time.
I'll go with that.
Will you?
I'll go with it. It's up there.
Now again, I want to remind everybody, I've been married for 35 years. I've taken my wife to see one movie. She's never been to any other. I never took her to any other.
You hadn't been to any other one.
No, I hadn't. I worked a lot, and it was kind of hard to fit it in, but I did find time to take her to see, George Strait today as it hit it. The Heartland. Y'all remember that song from Dusty? Sing a song about the Heartland.
Man.
George Strait he's the man. Who remembers this guy? He was a great Southerner, and he had a way of portraying our Southern traditions around.
Yeah.
What a storyteller he was, as we go back to remember the great Louis Gazard. He passed away today, back in 1994.
And I've got boxes and boxes of his books.
He was just a talent. He had it. I can't write. Never tried it, but I know I can't.
Pure Country. Everybody remembers that movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
1996, and there's been a lot of talk about these guys in the news lately as they've been trying to get out of jail.
And I don't think they are.
It ain't happening.
I think they're going to stick with what they did.
and they did. They killed their parents, if you remember this. The
Menendez brothers.
Yeah, I can't hardly say that word.
The Menendez brothers.
Tongue twister for me.
Well, I mean, they keep saying, well, we were young, and what happened to us? And, well, tough. You killed your parents. Period.
Yeah.
And y'all were old enough to walk down the road to the police department and say, I need some help. But you didn't.
All right,
you did it the wrong way.
Let me try to see if our guests can get this. If I were to say on a warm summer's eve, on a train bound for nowhere, would you know what I'm talking about?
No.
No, she doesn't know.
You got to know when to hold.
Let's see here.
Oh, okay.
I can hear the slamming of the door. Ruby, don't take your love to town.
He's got a lot of plastic.
Yeah, he did.
Know when to hold him, know when to fold him.
That's it.
Yep.
You know who that guy was?
I just can't get the name off my tongue right.
Here he is. He passed away today back in he was married.
Kenny
if y'all
Rogers,
remember,
yeah.
that's him. If y'all remember watching Hee Haw, remember that girl that used to swing? It was real pretty. Well, that was his wife. Well, I think he was married to the entire cast at one point. He changed wives a lot, as we remember. Kenny Rogers. It's been 5 years since he died.
Wow.
Lady. Y'all remember? What was your favorite Kenny Rogers song? Island, don't say islands in the stream, whatever you do.
Lady.
I don't know.
Lady. And if I'm not mistaken, Lionel Richie, didn't he have something to do with that?
Lionel Richie wrote that, I believe.
Lady? Yeah, he sure did.
And I like Lionel's song, the way his rendering, whatever.
He did a cover of it.
He sure did.
He did. Mm-hmm.
And they sang it together one day. They did a duet. They came out, they were doing a big thing, and I think Lionel started singing it, and then Kenny came out and joined it, and it was great. But
Kenny Rogers, he was truly a guy that took something who was in rock and roll. As you go back, Ruby, all that stuff was back when he was rock and roll. I just come in to check.
Now, Scott, I did like him in Six Pack.
Good. He was not a bad actor, and all that stuff he done with Dolly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You think he tried to kiss Dolly?
Oh, yeah, of course he did. Yeah.
I think everybody thinks that. I think Porter attempted that. We'll be right back as we'll find out what's going on. Ward 3, who's running for this? Our special guest will tell you who this mystery person is in just a moment.
Joe Norwood is asking for your vote, District 82, House of Representatives, March 25th. Norwood has been District 4 Supervisor since 2000, served on numerous boards in the area, was instrumental with the weather radar in Meridian, and helped bringing the data center to Meridian. He is a member of numerous associations, both national and state. He asks again for your vote March 25th for House of Representatives District 82. Paid for by Committee to Elect Joe Norwood.
The tractors are rolling at Freeman Tractor on Highway 494. Drop in and see Keith, Cornbread, or Buttermilk. They've got a tractor that fits the need that you have. Whether it's a 26 horsepower, a 40, or bigger, plus, they offer 0% financing for up to 96 months. Whether it's a part, a new tractor, 0% financing, or just simply a laugh. 601-626-8759, Highway 494 in Collinsville. That's Freeman Tractor. Rockhouse Gun and Pawn, located at 5430 Highway 19 North, is ready for spring. From weed eaters to push and riding lawnmowers, and one of the largest selections you'll find in chainsaws, along with power tools and generators for backup power. Maybe you're in the market for a TV or maybe a guitar. And not to mention a large selection of diamond rings and Louis Vuitton purses. The Rockhouse Gun & Pawn even has a private lobby for your pawns for confidentiality. Visit them today, Highway 19 North, Rockhouse Gun & Pawn.
Welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. And something I learned as I Googled that, it was Kenny Rogers in the first edition who done Ruby. But I did not know that Waylon Jennings recorded it first.
1966. That's interesting.
Didn't know all that. Well, our special guests on the political side, as we turn to the Democrat Party, Miss Joy joins us. Joy Finley, good morning. How are you doing?
Well, how are you?
Boy, this race is coming up. So what prompted you to run? What made you decide that you needed to put your name in the hat, so to speak?
My father.
Did he tell you to do it?
Yeah. He's lived in Meridian his entire life. So I'm doing this to pay homage to him.
So what's your background? What do you
Just
do?
Turned 75.
Just turned 75?
Yeah, he did.
What's your background? What do you do? Tell us a little bit about you so we'll know more about you.
I'm an accountant and paralegal by education.
Uh-huh.
I was born and raised here in Meridian. And I left, I think, when I was about 22, moved to the Mississippi Gulf Coast, got married, and kind of moved around and traveled a lot. And I moved back here in 2020 after a health crisis kind of caught me by surprise.
Right.
And I had to come home to Mama's house, and that's where my healing came. So that's why I'm running for Ward 3. It's for my dad.
Well, that's all right. And I want to ask you the same thing that I asked Elton. What is it that you see that you would like to see different than what we've got now, and what are some of the things that you would like to see Meridian focusing on in the future?
Well, Oda, until I get in there, I won't know what's going on, but we don't really hear from the constituents of Ward 3. So I need to get some platforms and get some town hall meetings going on to see what exactly are their concerns. I think those town halls should be held at least once a month or once a quarter to know exactly what's on their minds. Leadership is more than a title. It's a commitment to progress and a willingness to serve and the courage to make a difference. To lead means to inspire others and advocate for change and shape the future. It's about stepping forward with integrity, vision, and dedication. And leaders and organizations should prioritize people first. I agree with Mr. Reed on that. We had a great event last night. The NAACP hosted an event where all the political candidates from the House District 82 candidates, the mayoral candidates were there, the councilman was there. Everyone was invited, and I don't know what happened to Mr. Reed, but I would have loved for him to have been there with Mr. Brewer to speak to the crowd.
Yeah, we got y'all coming up April 1st, and Joe Norwood is running for District 82, which their election is in 5 days.
Yes, it is. April 1st.
The 25th.
Is it the 25th?
So, yes, the 25th of this month. So 5 days. Next Tuesday will be the vacant seat of Charles Young Jr. And still prayers going out to the Young family. I got the pleasure of working with Mr. Young over the last few years, and look forward to the next few with whoever's going to take his place.
As we look at this, let me pull this up. This is who is running for Ward 3 as you look here. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people running on the Democrat side. And I'll say this, I'm not saying anybody's doing a bad job, but as you look at this, normally if you've got a candidate in there that everybody goes, he can't be beat, they're not contested. We've got 5 people going, I can do a little bit better. 4 other people, 5, saying that I can do a better job than the person that's in there.
That's correct.
Now, you live in the district. What do you hear from your neighbors of, I don't like this? What needs to change? Are you hearing people around your home telling you that they won't change? What's the number one concern of your neighbors?
Crime, public safety. My answer to that is neighborhood watches. That's going to be, we're going to have to start looking out for one another. And if we can kind of take some of the pressure off the police not to be everywhere all the time at the same time, watch out for one another, make phone calls, get to know our neighbors. For my street, I live on 36th Avenue. I'm a warrior for my street. Nothing's going to happen on my street that I don't know about. Don't think you're coming to do anything that's going to harm my neighbors on my street. So I think that if we take that same attitude everywhere we are in our community, then it'll get better. The things that are happening, whether you want to believe it or not, some of it is within our control and some of it's not. So if we take that hands-on approach and say it's not going to happen on my street, things will get better. Just you watch and see. Just try it.
I think we're going to find out somewhere late in the evening of April 1st that we watched the mayor tell us over and over it's the best administration of law enforcement that he's ever seen. I think he's going to find out the rest of Meridian doesn't agree with that. That is coming. You hear it too many times. Crime. I don't know what's happening because we're not getting anything from them. that's coming, and it will. Now, has it been better the last 3 months? Mm-hmm. Nothing like an election year to make you start doing things. And that is what has happened. And they've given part of the reign to somebody else. They've promoted someone and letting them actually do a little something in the Meridian Police Department. And there has been change. But for the last 3.5 years, zip. And it was like the phone rings. Well, I ain't answering that. I'll have to talk to somebody. And Meridian is fed up with it.
Well, we're
That's
down
coming.
40 police.
Yeah.
From 100 back in 13.
Mm-hmm.
It's 60 now. We have 60 police officers down from 100.
But, and you know, if you were to get into that, how many of those are on leave? That's what's on a piece of paper. How many are leave? Who's on sick?
That is a good question.
Because they will not give you that. They will, oh, we've got 75. No, you don't. I know 5 or 6 that are sick, hadn't been into work for months. And who's on administrative ad leave?
That is a good question, Scotty Ray.
You said something earlier about doing some town halls and talking to the constituents of Ward 3. Is that something, if you were to be elected as Ward 3 representative, would you continue to do meetings where the public was invited, say once a quarter, where you talk about what's happened and what's coming and finding out the needs of your constituents?
Absolutely. Also, you'll be able to reach me. I'll be reachable. You can call me. You can email me. You can follow me on social media. There'll be a dedicated page for Council 3 Ward constituents. Put your opinions there. Put your questions there. They will get answered. If I don't know, I will find out what's going on for you. So yeah, I have to be, if you put me in that seat, my role is to serve you.
All right.
So any avenue I can create to be of service to my constituents, that's what I'm going to do.
All right, we're coming back with more with Joy in just a moment. We need to tell you of an accident that has happened. Highway 16 West at Edinburgh. If you're traveling through there, a major accident here as we look at this. It looks to be a head-on collision. We don't know the amount of injuries at this point, but if you're traveling there, Highway 16 around Edinburgh, be extremely careful. And we have another situation.
Not easy to get around that, so you will be stuck in traffic for a little while, but prayers go up for that.
St. John and Bragg Avenue in Meridian, you're not going to go through there right now.
Whoa.
We have, and this is with these winds, and again, we've had rain the last few days. And let me show you another picture of this. Just snapped a power pole, so if you're in that area, there's odds that your power's out at your house also. But if you cut through that street, it's blocked. Those things are going on right now throughout the community.
That's a big tree.
Yeah, that's going to take some chainsaws to get up on that, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
To bring it up, and, man.
Ooh.
All right, we'll be right back. And again, Highway 16 West at Edinburgh. Be careful, head-on collision from what we're seeing there, Mississippi Highway Patrol. And all at the same time, let me say this. We'll release names a little bit later. We had a horrible accident yesterday morning on Highway 39 North. This will be Kipling Road as you're getting ready to go into the cab. We had someone lose their life, and I don't know if you would call it a head-on collision, but 2 cars that collided on 39 and someone lost their life.
Yeah.
We'll have more coming up on that today. We'll be right back as we travel along this early. Today's Thursday, isn't it?
Thursday, we're Friday Eve. Hang in there.
Elect my dad to City Council Ward 5. Elect Dustin Hill to City Council Ward 5. Elect my dad to City Council Ward 5.
I'm Dustin Hill, and as the only candidate with proven experience, strong leadership, and a track record of success in the business community, I humbly ask for your vote in the Republican primary for Ward 5 City Council on April the 1st.
Elect Dustin Hill!
At Pettit Jewelers in Philadelphia, Mississippi, trust Nicole with your priceless heirloom jewelry. With generations of refined expertise, she ensures your cherished pieces are meticulously cared for. Pettit Jewelers, Philadelphia.
Our local headlines are brought to you by the Rock House Gun and Pawn. At the Back Porch, we're bringing families back together for fun, food, and all the things you love to enjoy around your home. Everything starts with a great grill, cookware, and accessories. Add in locally sourced meat and dairy, frozen vegetables and casseroles, and over 500 brands of spices and sauces. Relax in our chairs, swings, and daybeds and have fun with our cornhole boards. From animal print coolers to authentic Louis Vuitton purses, we have what you need. When you see the big chair, you've made it to the Back Porch.
And Scotty Ray's doing a little bit of searching, but we've got a report right now. We're trying to find out in Neshoba County there has been another vehicle wreck. Highway 505 and Deemer Road, I believe, is what it was. We're trying to find out that and possible reports of a MVA there in Leake County. So definitely reach out for some prayers this morning for all those involved, trying to find out exactly where this may be. 492 at Road 505, Deemer Road in Neshoba County.
Now, we also have another wreck that we need to talk about here. This is going to be Highway 11 in Cuba before the one-way stop. The road is closed.
Man.
Let's get a better look at this. That's some major damage to that pick-em-up truck.
All right.
We got us a tree that's been hit.
Well, wow.
He hit that tree?
To knock a whole tree down.
Now,
a big tree.
Big tree.
I am, and I hadn't gotten everything just west, and this could be the same incident that we just showed here just a moment ago. We are getting a confirmation that we have one person that is confirmed deceased in an accident this morning. It's going to be at Indian Branch Road. 2 vehicles head-on collision, and one person is deceased. It's near Sunrise, west of Edinburgh. So this very well could be the accident that we showed just a moment ago with the car on the road. So
let's all be praying for these accidents.
Yeah.
So that's
and then that one from House to Union 505.
Okay.
So maybe that's what this one is with the truck and the tree.
Yeah, that's it's 2 deaths in 2 days on highways really close to us. It's scary.
Yeah.
Be careful is what we're stressing here. We don't know what caused the accident. We'll find out more. Mississippi Highway Patrol on scene. They're going to do an investigation with this, as well as what they're doing yesterday to determine the cause of the death right there at DeKalb. Pretty rough though, Eddie.
Eddie, Odie, just don't call me for late for lunch, and I'll be all right.
Eddie.
You said Eddie.
I'll get me one of them there robes and a cigar and
Cousin Eddie.
Is that your real name?
Well, my real name is Otis David, but my granddad was Otis, so they called me O.D. Well, when I started first grade, they said you can't go by your initials, you got to go by your name. So I stuck an I.E. on the end of it, and I've been Odie ever since.
Been Odie. So where did Scotty Ray get Eddie?
It just come out of that head.
I've been called Eddie, Ernie, Oddie. I've been called everything but Odie, and I keep telling everybody it's like that little yellow dog on Garfield.
You've got roughly, 12 days or so before the election as we get ready to go vote April the 1st. Anything that you want to recap with that we've overlooked that you wanted to say to potential voters of why they should come vote for you over someone else that would identify you, that separates you from the crowd?
Oh, well, Ward 3, let me tell you, I am a woman of faith, and I cannot continue to speak without saying that. And I believe in prayer. I believe that prayer changes things. So I know that things can sometimes look dark and grim, but we have to operate in the light. I like the light. The darkness is no fun. And as believers, let us not shrink back from proclaiming that Christ heals, restores, and forgives and rescues. And if we fail here, if we fail each other here, we have failed our marching orders from heaven. So I do believe strongly in prayer. I believe that God is still in control.
Amen.
And be not dismayed. He's got the reins here. So just hold on.
That is something that we definitely believe here as well, and that is the power of Jesus. Man.
It is there.
Yeah.
And again, we urge each and every one of you to vote. That is coming up as we get near for this. And again, recap your name for anybody that's watching going, who is that lady there? Tell us who you are.
I am Joy L. Finley. My mother is Linda and Alonzo Finley. And I am running for Ward 3 City Council. I would really appreciate your vote on April the 1st.
Does L stand for Lulu, or what's your middle name?
Don't even try it, Scotty Ray. I hate... Look,
it's not your favorite, I tell you.
No, you're not getting that.
Some things we were born with, we didn't have a
That's
say
why it's
in
just
it.
L. You know?
Okay, that's funny.
I like that.
Well, we appreciate you coming in this morning and talking with us. Thank you
for
so much.
having me.
And we wish you the best of luck with that.
Yep,
and as we head toward those elections there. Again, let's recap a few things that we've got going on, because there are several things that are going on in our community that you need to know about. As we go to the top of the page, let's go down and show you, let me refresh this, of the incidents and accidents and trees that have been blocking roadways that you may be going in the last few months. Come on, she's wanting to refresh over here. Here we go. We'll start out here as we have a broken tree here at St. John and Bragg Avenue. As we show this is at St. John Bragg Avenue there, tree down. As we go here, we have an accident near Edinburgh. The road is blocked, possibly a fatality involved with this accident that we have here. As we come down to show you the road blocked here at Highway 492 and Dema Road 505. That runs up right, if you know where the hospital is, 505 runs up by the hospital. You know, if you're sitting at the four-way when you come into Philadelphia and you take a left, that next street is 505 Dema Road.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, then.
So that's where that is. And then we've got this accident over there in Cuba. Well, I'm telling you what, it just come right on in. We got a damage to a truck and a tree that was, looks to be, that was in the roadway. And Steve, he's not doing anything there. Everything's good with him. And don't forget, this is coming up. Look at there.
April 12th, Dinosaur Experience.
Loose Caboose.
That's going to be a big day over there in Newton.
We have a lot of fun at that event. That is kind of one of the biggest ones as the year kicks off of things. Cars galore.
Man, I'm sure the General Lee will be there again.
Yeah, we had our picture taken with
We
that
sure
one.
did.
Pretty car. And Trans Ams, anything that you can think of.
Motorcycles, I had everything.
Oh, we wanted to bring up about absentee voting. This is happening this weekend at City Hall between 8 and noon. The first floor of City Hall. Make sure to go in if you're not going to be in town for the vote.
If you have a reason to take that and use it to get your vote counted, please do. But go vote.
Absolutely.
However, go vote. We don't need to see less than 30%.
What was it, 5,000 people?
Yeah, we need, let's get up
Please.
there 80% of the people who has their name registered. Go vote. This
Please
is your
go vote.
future, your kids, your family. This is future of Meridian right here.
You
That's
thought about
right.
getting you a Blues Brothers card and run around with a microphone and trying to get everybody to vote?
Well, you know, if you don't vote, you have no right to complain.
Amen to that.
All right?
But everybody does, don't they?
They do. So if you want to make your voices heard, go to the polls and vote. I'll see you at the polls on April the 1st.
See you at the polls.
Come on.
I heard that in
Come
a
on
while.
out.
That used to be a big deal.
Yeah.
See you at the polls.
Yeah.
Did we mention that she's going to be back again? Look at this. Becky's already getting her show ready, the Spring Extravaganza. That'll be here the 29th.
Golly, that's coming up not this weekend, but next weekend. The
Joanne's
former
old location.
Joanne's location at Bonita Lake Circle. Go up there. Now, Saturday morning, remember we got pancakes at Northeast
That's
Volunteer
right.
Fire Department. And then after that, we've got a car show out at
First Baptist Church?
Baptist Church there on 26th Avenue and say 7th Street. Y'all know where that is, 8th Street.
Yeah, that's exactly
right
where
there.
that is.
Big church, so go by and do it. And then I believe there's a car show at what's that camp over in Quitman? The
Clarko?
lake, Clarko State Park.
Or is it Archusa?
No, Clarko. Archusa doesn't have any water. They're doing a mud pit.
Now, you guys going to list all these? You're going to list all these events on your website?
Yeah, we got it there. Yeah.
You know,
place to go. And I also want to bring up.
That's great.
EMEPA has got this going on. The Shoot for Cure. They do this every year.
Yes.
And raise a lot of money to help out Anderson Cancer Center, the Benevolent Fund there at St. Jude's, Children Research. It's a great cause. I hope you can take advantage of some of these different things that are happening in our community as we get out and about. Oh, let's see here. Frank Cochran Center. I want to bring this up. This was sent in from the city of Meridian yesterday also. Parks and Recreation is now located inside the Frank Cochran Center.
All right, there we go.
Oh,
Yes,
it's
sir,
beautiful.
Reebok.
Have you guys been in there?
I haven't been inside.
Oh, it's nice.
But I've heard that they had a movie-sized, theater-sized TV.
That's 200-inch, I think.
Man.
Well, we got that technology going.
Man, I'd like to have one of those. I don't have a wall big enough to put it.
Our friends at Metro were out yesterday. They
Doing
were
a little showcase.
Yeah, they showed Poplar Springs Elementary showing the kids, and I think today they're going to take them inside the ambulance and let them look at all of that. I think that's going on today, as they were there yesterday showing everything about what people do to help you.
You're talking about, do you need to go to the hospital? Okay, but if you can't get there because of something dire, Metro Ambulance, they bring a hospital to you.
Pretty handy when you're in a
you got
bad
that
way.
right.
Yeah,
and we've got some great people.
Can't you go faster? Come on.
Well, it's the speed bumps that's got them slowing down right now. So
Trust me.
We call those potholes.
I like them to go fast when I'm in there. Get me there. Get me there.
You can't dodge that thing. You got woo-woo lights. Let's go.
That's right. We've had a few birthdays called in this morning.
Yeah,
If you
do.
let us know about yours, let's tell everybody.
Here we go. Y'all ready?
I am.
You know, it's hard to say Boston Man because I got 5 of them. But here's one.
Who?
Justin J. Anders.
Oh, JJ's
He's got a birthday today.
Happy birthday.
So, happy birthday, sir. Larry Upchurch. I want to apologize now, and I'm going to apologize after. John Nachomus, I'm so sorry.
He's apologizing because he could have let me say it. It would have been worse.
He's got a birthday today. Cassie Busby, Jason Armstrong, James Matthews, Jennifer Bristow, Lisa Pike, Hadley Grace is 12 today.
Happy birthday,
James
love.
McLean and Scott Wilcher Jr. having birthdays
Happy birthday
today.
to you.
Yeah.
Let you sing too.
Yeah, I
Look at
like
that.
Happy
that.
birthday to you.
We can't change.
Happy birthday, everybody.
Look at that.
Happy birthday to you.
So we can't do any of that.
You can't do any of that, can you? Yeah.
We can, but our viewership would drop. And I wanted somebody to say EMEPA came up here and support EMEPA. Long story, real short. NTS Water Service is no longer accepting donations for Sucalina Volunteer Fire Department.
Why not? They get mad at each other. No, Odie can't talk.
Accepting
So,
donations?
yeah. So now we ask anybody that was given to Sucalina Volunteer Fire Department through a donation of NTS Water, if you'll go to EMEPA and put on there and sign up and say, hey, I'd like to give $5 a month to Sucalina Fire Department and help us that way, we would definitely appreciate it. So
I need to go live and knock on the door and go, you got to come. Somebody tell me.
There we go.
I didn't know about this.
So yeah, they're no longer collecting money for us, and so please go on EMEPA and do that for us. We would greatly appreciate it.
EMEPA does a lot for the local volunteer firemen.
Yes, they do.
Well, I think we've come to the end of our show once again. We can't thank each and every one of y'all enough for joining us today. And as
Mr.
always,
Elton was here, and we had Miss Joy with us. Thank y'all.
Singing in the background.
Here. Singing in the background, yeah.
Do you know Maggie
April
May?
1st.
Do you know Rod Stewart's Maggie May? Wake up, Maggie. I think I got something to say to you.
No.
Oh, well, we're going to educate you here in a little bit.
I know.
You know who Rod Stewart is?
Gotta have me back. Rod Stewart, the singer?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's my dad's favorite guy.
That's one of Maggie May. Do you remember that one?
Huh?
Oh, no,
that was his.
Maggie May.
Yeah, I'm sure he did. That was his biggest hit, bar none of what
Okay, I'll
Rod
have to
Stewart
listen
had.
to it when I get in the car.
Good stuff there. As we get ready to leave, we're going to leave you with a Bible verse as we head out on this.
We got to pull this up and see what the Lord has sent us to talk about. Whew, he has sent us to Hebrews 13, verse 16. And do not forget to do good and to share with others, for with such sacrifices God is pleased. It's not just what we do in front of others, but also what we do when no one else is looking is what God also sees. Bring him in your heart. Have him lead you in your life. Ask him every day for forgiveness, because every one of us are sinners and we need his guidance daily. Talk to him. He's always there. He was our first line of wireless communication we ever had, and he is always there to listen.
Amen. Oh,
man, he's always.
He thought all week to come up with that line.
Yeah, I've used it. I don't know if I've used it before, but definitely y'all have a wonderful day. Friday's coming tomorrow. We got the whole gang be here again. Fun Friday. Can't wait to see you then. But remember one thing is our love for you. Enjoy your day.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners.